It's a beautiful morning here on Quadra Island. The birds are singing. Now, it wasn't the best forecast, but it's a sunny, beautiful day here, so we're pretty ecstatic. Today, we're just going to basically be exploring the island, doing a few light hiking trails. I'm going to be dragging my camera around. So we're starting off here on the Quai de Bois trail, which is on the southeast corner of the island that goes along the coast. We have hiked the north section of the trail before. It's a beautiful place, and you get a good view of Cortez and some of the other Discovery Islands. Come along with us. Hopefully we'll see some birds, and it offers a nice mix of both forests and ocean shoreline habitats, so maybe we'll see a mix of things. So starting out on the trail, you can see this beautiful fern understory. I think it's western sword fern. It's kind of the predominant fern here on Vancouver Island. And a mix of coniferous trees. Looks like some Douglas firs and maybe some hemlock. The pileated have sure done a number on this tree. We're gonna check out the beach before heading on the trail. So my Saturday morning cartoons today are these group of Harlequin duck, which really are my favorite duck species. They're just such beautiful creatures. I love their plumage, and they have a lot of attitude and personality. They're always kind of bickering and fighting for supremacy. It seems like the pecking order is really based upon who occupies the highest part of this rock, and so we're kind of watching them vie for supremacy on this rock. Moving to BC, it's been really a treat to be able to see them so much. They were kind of a infrequent sight in Alberta, and so being able to basically visit any shoreline here and have a good chance of seeing them is pretty awesome. I'm hoping to actually shoot a video just about them in particular, kind of a species profile, so stay tuned for that as well. So not a bad spot here. You can see Cortez Island behind me. That group of harlequins is over here. They seem to have gotten used to me. I think that is one thing to remember when you are viewing wildlife, is just to get yourself situated in the location. Once you find something, just sit down, enjoy their presence, and they'll get kind of used to you, and you can get a little closer without disturbing them. It really does work. This group is maybe about 20 meters from me, and they don't seem to mind. There's another group over here actually as well. As I said, harlequins are amazing species, and I love them. I love the weird stuff you can find on the beach. Like, what is this even? I don't know. Looks like some sort of red algae. A lot of weird kind of projections on it. I'm tempted to taste it, but I'm not gonna do that. So just at the side of this little beach trail, there's this little wetland. You can see some horsetail and also some sedge. But one thing that I could see that caught my eye was this flowering skunk cabbage. Now this is a magnificent plant here. Look at that. That is just spectacular. It's huge, but this thing is huge. Look at, compared to my hand. It's bigger than my hand, the flower. The first time I saw Pacific skunk cabbage was on the West Coast Trail, but it was later in the year and not in flower. And that is just incredible. And now we're gonna go on the trail. There's some deer track, black-tailed deer. It's our only deer species. Some more sign of spring. There's some leaves. Wow, leaves. Pretty cool. In the forest, we've been hearing more birds than seeing them. There is a group of chestnut-backed chickadees behind me. You can hear them chattering around. They're great species. Nice to have their presence. Some cool little streams coming off the hill here. So we reached the end of the trail, and it is just a linear path, so we're gonna have to turn around and enjoy the trail again. Pretty fern-tastic. So we are basically done the trail. There's some ravens that are taking offense to something over here, but it was a beautiful hike. I would strongly recommend it. It wasn't too challenging, but it offers a nice combination of both the shoreline of the ocean and this beautiful forest. I've been here on Vancouver Island for about 10 months, and these fern and moss covered forests, they just don't get old. They are just so incredible and beautiful, and it's a treat every time. We're not sure what our next step is going to be. We're going to eat some vegan Cheetos and then try to make a decision. Hey guys, so exciting news. First warbler of 2022. We saw a yellow-rumped warbler, so that's super exciting for me. North American wood warblers are my favorite group of birds. They're just so fantastic and amazing. I don't know how great the footage will be. They're pretty high up, so had to crank the tripod up pretty high. It's pretty funny how high you can actually put this tripod, which is pretty sweet. Obviously, I've been taking a lot of waterfowl birding along the ocean so far this year, and I think that was a kind of a good introduction to using the tripod gimbal head, but certainly birding in the forest presents a much greater challenge. So I'm excited as more migrants come back to try to keep improving those skills of finding birds in the canopy and recording them. Pretty challenging, obviously a lot more challenging than just pointing your camera towards a duck that's out in the ocean. So the warbler, along with some kinglets and chickadees, were foraging in this red alder, which is in flower. The next part of adventure on Quadra, we're gonna hike to Mort Lake by way of Mud Lake. So just to get botanical real quick, here is salal. This is a very common shrub. It's kind of an evergreen. It's in the heather family. It's very common on Vancouver Island here. It's kind of the dominant understory shrub. It's got some pretty pink flowers that you can see later in the year. Over here we have Oregon grape, which is another common understory evergreen plant. It's got these leathery leaves. It's in the barberry family. Down this hill, there's a huge chorus of Pacific tree frog. It's pretty neat up here. There's kind of more exposed bedrock and upland pine. Interesting ground cover too. There's some reindeer, lichen, moss. So now it is snowing, hailing. No, I'm not sure what you call this. They're kind of these ice pellets. I'm not sure. If any meteorologists, let me know in the comments below. So we have arrived at Mort Lake. It's actually quite gorgeous. Almost reminds me of Northern Ontario, where I've spent some time in my past. Yeah, you got this kind of a beautiful white sand beach here, so don't say that Canada doesn't have white sand beaches. Well, when in Rome, guys. It might be March, but I am really tempted to jump in here. There is not another soul around here besides my wife. When I say we, it means me and her, not the royal we. This is a pretty spectacular spot. Gotta say, I love Quadra Island. We haven't been to this part of the island before, more the inhabited parts. Now, we did start the channel to highlight wildlife in particular, but you know, I think sharing these beautiful spots with everyone is cool too. I don't know. Let me know if it sucks or if you're into it. So that was a beautiful day of exploring on Quadra Island. I hope you liked the video, guys. Maybe not the birdiest day, but obviously seeing my first warbler of the year is pretty exciting, and I guess that's a new species on the year list. As of late, the pace of year birds has kind of tailed off, but I hope that kicks up again soon as more and more stuff arrives. There certainly were a lot of signs of spring today, including that blooming skunk cabbage, which truly blew my mind. That was an incredible specimen, and it was kind of illuminated with the sun, and it just emanated this amazing aura. That was a hell of a plant right there. So great day today. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot around a little bit before the sun goes down here, and I think tomorrow's weather is a little hit or miss, so we'll see what happens there, whether we kind of hightail it out of here or if we'll have a little more time to go birding and check out some more places. But overall, it was a good little escape for us. I'm gonna go back to the little tiny home now, which is pretty hilarious. So thanks for watching. Don't hesitate to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Definitely helps me out. And happy birding, everyone. So seal, bro.